Sup y'all, it's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and I want to start this video off with an apology. I'm sorry I haven't made any videos recently, but the truth is that I've been on the hunt, and a lot of you guys might be wondering, what have I been hunting? Well, I've been hunting nubs. Because recently I got my first Falcosaur mount, which allowed me to, whenever I'm riding a Falcosaur mount, talk to Aviana in High Mountain, and it unlocks the second level of dialogue. After you finish that dialogue, you unlock the Talon's Vengeance Reputation, which has a number of unimaginative and uninteresting and unfun rewards that cap out on a recolored Hawkstrider that looks like complete garbage. And also on top of that, you get an item called the Ivory Talon. Now, the Ivory Talon, whenever it's used, has a 15-minute cooldown, and whenever it's used, and it can only be used in World Quest PvP areas and also in Falcosaur zones, makes you hostile to not only Alliance, but also Horde. So that means no matter what faction you are, you're going to be hostile to both your faction and the opposing faction. It's going to work just the exact same way as the Timeless Isle with farming the bloody coins. So what I want to show for you guys in this video is how to farm reputation for the Talon's Vengeance in the most ethical way possible, okay? So the first thing that we want to do is we want to find the right place to go. Now, you don't really want to go to any of the PvP zones because people there actually probably know how to PvP. That's why they're enticed to go there by PvP rewards such as honor. Where you want to go is to a nub's natural habitat, which is Order Hall Resource World Quest areas. Now, there's going to be a number of nubs there, and you want to actually find out where the best nubs are and where the most nubs are. So you want to go to whichever area has probably Order Hall resources and also Artifact Power. Artifact Power is more enticing for better players because they're in the mindset of improving their character rather than just farming pointless Order Hall resources that do basically nothing. So what you want to do is get over to one of the Falcosaur areas and pick off random players. Now, what you want to be is kind of like one of the birds in Eye of Ashar, right? And you're going to be flying above, just kind of hanging out, having a good time. And you look down and you see, like the seagulls in Eye of Ashar. Oh, wow, that's a nice Serpentrix attempt. It'd be too bad if someone pecked it up. And that's what you're going to fucking do. You're going to come down off of the cliffs, down the cliffs, and you're going to kill those nubs in seconds. That's what you're going to fucking do. Now, how to identify a nub? Less than 2 million health, okay? Less than 2 million health, it's a fucking nub. Kill him. Now, after you've killed a nub once, you don't really need to kill them again, because after you kill them, they get a debuff to where they no longer give you coins for a certain period of time. Now, you don't really want to waste your time killing them anymore after that, because you're not going to get anything out of it. So I'm going to take you guys through a number of the different tips and tricks and techniques that I'm going to be using and showing you guys how to actually do it and how to peck in the most precise and perfect ways. You're going to be doing so much pecking, you're basically a pecker. And as a lot of you guys probably know, you want to be the biggest pecker possible. So I'm going to show you guys this clip right here. So as you see, there's a Death Knight. He's running away. He's at low health. It's always easier to kill people whenever they're at half health. And another bit of advice is that it's also very easy to kill players while they're AFK because they can't fight back. So I would recommend, put those two together, I would recommend doing that. So as you see, I killed him very, very quickly. You want to go in here, and you want to be basically, I've got 3 words for you guys. Meet, delete, repeat. Okay? Meet, delete, repeat. You want to do it that fast. Now, the reason you want to do it very quickly is because any moment while you're in combat, other people can assist that player that you're attacking. And you don't want to have that happen. The more time that you're in a vulnerable position, the worse you can possibly be. And also another thing is that you usually don't want to attempt a 2v1. The reason for that is because any 2 decent players are probably going to be able to beat pretty much anybody, especially depending on their class. So unless you're talking about just really complete terrible players, you're going to have a very, very hard time actually doing anything, really, two people at the same time. Now, after you've already killed a player with a debuff, I'm going to show you guys this clip right here with one shot. So I charge in, and here we go. He's dead. Okay, so Kylo, he's a little bit mad because I just killed him a few minutes ago, but I walk away. I target him, he targets me. There's an understanding that's made that I don't mean him any harm. He doesn't mean me any harm. We just want to be happy and have a good time together. So the next clip I want to show you guys is from actually earlier today, and it's going to be another clip because sometimes people don't really like to do that. So up here, I'm at my perch here, and I come down off of my perch, and I'm on the hunt, okay? And so I see one person, I see two people, I see three people, and I see four people, and I figure, you know what, fuck it, let's go. And so I come in here, and Pychon here, Stormreaver, this, and keep in mind, keep track of his name there, because he's going to come back in just a moment here. We kill him, kill the other guy, I don't really know how he died, dots or something. And also, you want to try to avoid characters with immunities, because immunities make things very difficult, and it makes you stay out in that area, in that vulnerable position as long as possible, or longer than you want to be, right? So you want to charge in there, pop basically all of your cooldowns, or enough cooldowns to kill your opponent in a number of seconds, okay? So as you see, I just killed them very, very quickly. And later on, I found this other priest here, and again, you see Pytron over there, over to the left of me. And after I killed the priest, and Pytron already has a debuff, so I don't want to kill him. I don't mean him any harm, right? I'm not going to get anything out of killing him. I'm running away, and he's very upset. He's angry. Pytron is very angry because I've already killed him, and so him and his friend are going to try and 2v1 me. Now, this would usually be a problem, but I've actually followed all the prerequisites that I would recommend for having doing this at all. Number one is you want to have your weapon at 54 traits. Number two is you want to have your best in slot legendaries. And number three is you want to be in full mythic Nighthold gear. If you have all three of those, you're going to be in a really good position. So as you saw there, Pytron and his friend, things didn't really go too well. So later on I see Pytron, and he's at half health. I walk up to him, and I make sure that he acknowledges me. And approaching him in that vulnerable position not only puts me in a position of dominance, but it also establishes my trust, or his trust at me, that I won't hurt him again, at least until his debuff runs out. So hopefully that was educational. Now, other than that, I think that the general point here is that you want to make sure that you try to avoid characters with immunities. As you see, there's a guy up here in the mountains, and he popped bubble. Now, if there was somebody else nearby, and he assisted this guy, I could be in a vulnerable position, and I could maybe die because I used my cooldowns. Now, fortunately, that didn't happen, but it's always a risk that you take. So I would recommend being very, very careful whenever you're fighting characters with immunities, unless you're very confident. And really, guys, again, you do want to avoid a number of 2v1s. And see, this guy right here, I've already killed the other two later on, or actually earlier on, so they knew that I didn't want to have anything to do with them. And so it wasn't really a big deal. The main thing that I would really recommend here is make sure that people know that it's only business and you're doing it for the rep, and that's it. You don't want to kill people with debuffs. That's going to make them angry, and then they can cause you trouble later on. You also want to spec into things that are going to give you ways to basically disengage from a fight. So like the triple heroic leap, basically any sort of invisibility or anything like that. So anyway, guys, those are my bits of advice. Basically, pick people off, look for people with low health, try to fight people who are either AFK or low health, wait for them to engage another mob before you attack them. That way there's a less chance for them to actually be able to respond before they're dead. And also, be a nice guy. You don't really have to kill them whenever they already have the debuff. You don't have to send them tells and tell them they suck. Just kill them and move on. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I've got. I hope this helped you. It certainly helped me. So let me know if you guys have any other bits of advice, but I think that's pretty much all for me. Thank you very much for watching, and like, comment, and subscribe.